Today we're scouting potential POTA activation locations in North Cascades National Park. You ready? Let's go!
Hi, my name's Mike. I'm a full-time traveler and ham radio operator. I activate amazing parks all over the United States. Join the adventure and see what's next.
Wow, do I really look like a guy with a plan?
That traveler has
I just do things.
This is a huge, beastly, bulging man. Plates were from Kansas.
Hey folks, I'm Mike, Kilo Echo Zero Victor India Mike. This is the Travelin' Ham. Today we are near North Cascades National Park, way up in northern Washington. We just arrived here a couple days ago, and today we're taking a scouting mission into the park. So what we do on these days is we'll just drive as much of it as we can, and we're looking for points of interest for the family to come back and visit, trails to hike. We might be looking for some lakes to swim in, anything that catches our fancy. There's some waterfalls here that you can go see that are lit up at night. So we're going to be scouting for all that information. We're going to visit the visitor center, and we're going to drive up Highway 20, which is, in the case of this park, that covers most reasonably accessible parts to it. So we'll bring you along today and see what potential spots we can find to activate this park. It's fairly straightforward, but I think it's going to bring some challenges too. Let's go. This has to be the slowest pump on Earth. 3.5, 3.51, 3.52, 3.53, 3.54. I can literally count the hundredths of gallons going into my tank. Thankfully, I don't need much. Do another. So all our scouting missions start right here at the visitor center. We'll walk up to the information desk, tell them the kind of things we like to do, link trails we like to hike, see if they have any suggestions, good on-the-ground intelligence. Okay, I'm gonna record a bit. So we stopped for a picnic lunch, a little bite to eat, and now we're gonna drive up Highway 20. This is not a complex park. The part that's easily visited is just a highway that cuts across the middle of the park like a waistline. So we're just going to drive up that, and there's, imagine, a bunch of overlooks and pullouts to viewpoints and things like that. That's what we're going to check and see if there's potential operating places in there. We got a few hikes in the area we're scouting out for the family as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to drive up Highway 20. Not much else to the park but wilderness. So that's what we'll do. Gorge Lake Dam, pretty busy. few challenges I'm picking up on right off the bat. As we said, everything's along this one highway, which means there's going to be a lot of people. Turnouts are probably going to be pretty crowded. And in these mountain areas, they can be pretty small. Terrain could be an issue kind of down here in a tight valley. I measured some of these at 25 degrees up. So nothing we can't jump over. We've also got a series of dams down here creating hydroelectric power, which means we've got high voltage transmission lines going through this narrow little valley. So there's all kinds of challenges there. We're going to have small turnouts to small spots like what we're viewing that dam from back there, with a lot of people and a lot of transmission lines nearby. Not looking great. There's not a lot of contacts in this park, and some of these issues might be why. Plus, it's in a pretty remote location. Going to the next spot. Nice big parking area here. So this is the first thing I've seen that's had some kind of potential. No real view of anything though. Got something I can get a better view, a better shot for the camera. This main area you can see here. Lots of people. Lots of people. I'm gonna have to go walk over there. This has some potential. That area over there looks pretty cool. Kind of removed from everyone else. Maybe I could set up like in that spot right there and have a view back this way. This seems like my kind of spot. Nice and removed from the crowd. No reason for most people to come over here, except to be by yourself. Okay, I'm all the way down. I think this is the south end of this space here. And I think this is pretty good because got a nice view out this way. And I've also got a pretty good view off in that direction. So can't see well enough in the screen with the glare. I think that's the right line. But this is a pretty good spot. And you can see there's a few people that come out here. But that's the spot to take pictures. I might be in some pictures if I sit right here. So that's something to consider. We'll go back up top there and look back. Like these girls here were taking pictures back this way to get the shot up this valley to that mountaintop. So that's a consideration. We all want to do our silly stuff out here, so I don't want anyone getting in my way. I don't want to get in theirs. Good potential here, though. Okay, I think this is the kind of the angle most people are going to want for a photograph. Is to take it from here, I'm thinking I could hide back here in this corner. Lots of road noise, so that's a real downside. It's still just, especially if I'm sitting, not much of a view there. Not much of a view. Still kind of hard to figure this one out. So we'll have to see on this one. I'm not totally sold on it. Obviously the views are nice. I want to be out of the way at the same time and have a view myself. Because this spot up here is so flat, it's not like angled up away from the water. It's hard to be back and out of the way and still have a view yourself. Maybe it can work. We'll see what else we can find. Well, not finding much. Got one more little turnout here to look at here by Ross Lake. One little overlook, but it's not even a quarter mile down here from the last one, so I don't know what I'll see there that we didn't see back there, but not much opportunity here for a video activation. There's plenty of turnouts and parking lots or picnic tables, you know, just to sit and activate. That's cool, but for making a scenic video, there's not a lot of opportunity. There's very little space. Not that many views, surprisingly. A lot of people. Let's check out this last spot. Nice view. Still right next to the highway. Could do the sort of the thing where you pull the truck right up to here, work right out of the tailgate, you know, and that's, get the tailgate right to here, and that's my camera angle the whole time. Pretty. I don't know. This will take some thought. Well, that did not go as planned. We drove across the whole Highway 20 portion of the park. And it's something I was a little worried about. There just not being a whole lot of opportunity. Other than your standard kind of POTA activation places. You know, there's plenty of day use areas where you could sit in your vehicle, sit at a picnic table, and activate, no problem. There was a little spot down the lake, Diablo Lake, where we could see people putting their boats in. We did not stop there because it was very busy. So I suppose that's a possibility too. We could go down there and I could activate by the lake, but it was also very busy. I don't know if it'd be that busy during the week as opposed to the weekend. Right now, I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to get away from this corridor. There's a couple other places you can go in the park and get away from that highway. And that's what I'm gonna look into and research. Not something we'd be able to scout out because it's too far away. So, you know, if it went and the whole family goes, I'm gonna have to activate them. And maybe if I want, I could come here in this part of the park and just activate somewhere to mass up some contacts. There's not very many in this park. I think the park leader has like 60 contacts or something like that. So I could do something like that just to put myself at the top of the leaderboard. That's something I would consider this part of the park for. But unfortunately, we didn't find much today. That's how it goes sometimes. But there's a couple other possibilities that we'll check out. We'll see how they turn out here in the next couple weeks. I'm Mike, Kilo Echo Zero Victor India Mike. This the Travelin' Ham. We'll see what happens next time. Okay, folks, here's the deal. I'm at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
This is gonna be a special
One of the most intense trails.
This is the operating station.
That's a bear.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
That traveler has
I just do things.
He was a huge, beastly, bulging man. Plates were from Kansas.